Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, BrittanyBearMakeup here, and I'm really excited for today's video. If you're new to my channel here, I am getting married in November, and the whole goal for today's video is going to be the beginning of my wedding series. So I'm gonna walk you guys along some helpful tips that I've learned as I'm planning all the way up to my big day. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Subscribe down below, turn on your post notifications. There's gonna be makeup tutorials, there's gonna be me getting Botox and lasers and talking about all the prep that goes into your big day. So make sure you guys subscribe and keep on watching.
You are now rocking with
Brittany, bitch.
All right guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys my 5 top tips to begin planning your wedding. So the first tip is going to be probably the most important thing that you wanna do prior to planning your wedding, and that's set a budget. This is something that I strongly feel like you and your significant other should sit down, talk about, and really find a number that you feel comfortable with spending on your big day. Just to give you guys a little bit of insight, the average wedding in California costs about $31,500. When you talk about catering, flowers, and all the details that kind of go into your big day, it does sound like a lot of money, but there's a lot of things that add up. So it's really important that you both set a budget, set a number, and stick to that, because that is gonna be really important foundation for you planning a wedding, feeling comfortable, and choosing the things that are within your budget. I want to be honest with you guys, when Ozzy and I went into this, we kind of had no idea where we were going. We just kind of kept upping our budget, and we're at a point right now where we're almost doubling where we wanted to spend, and it's really important that you kind of start getting an idea as to how much things cost and what you guys feel comfortable paying. My biggest piece of advice for you guys is that it's not worth being in debt for a wedding. I know it's one day, it's very special. I find it extremely important, and it's something that I want more than anything in this world. But when you start a marriage, the last thing you want to do is be in debt and have that burden on your brand new marriage. So I highly recommend that you guys set a number, set a budget, talk about it, be on the same page, and you are going to love the rest of the steps, because this is where it gets fun. All right, so step number 2 is actually my favorite step. This is find the venue. When Ozzy and I began wedding planning, we kind of took time to just figure out more or less how much of our budget we wanted to go into the venue. So what we did is we started looking at certain venues like vineyards and places around here, and I have to say guys, I was just definitely disappointed. What I wanted always was like this beautiful hacienda wedding, and I could not find a venue out here that I felt comfortable paying that certain amount of money on. So Ozzy and I actually decided to do a destination wedding, and that is why we are getting married in Mexico. But finding the venue is definitely the most stressful and the hardest thing that you guys can do, but it's the most important. So I really advise you guys that after you set your budget, you guys take a portion of that budget and what do you feel comfortable with spending on the venue. So I want to note that a lot of the venues that we were looking at on average were anywhere from $12,000 to $14,000. So it's really important that you guys have an idea if you want an outdoor wedding, if you want a hall, backyard weddings that are very personable, as well as Airbnbs. So I've seen a lot of people just renting out beautiful Airbnbs. So there's so many different options that you can choose for a venue. So the venue is honestly gonna be so exciting. I know when Ozzy and I did the wedding tours, it was so exciting. So we chose a couple different venues that we wanted to tour out. We set dates. We actually flew to Mexico, and that's where we checked them all out. We did pros and cons. We kind of weighted out which ones were in our price budget. We also looked at everything like accommodations. Because we did a destination wedding, we wanted to make sure that the people that were flying in had a place to stay and that they were basically on site throughout the whole weekend. So it's really important that when you're looking at venues, you look at all of these details and really just sort out what is a priority to you guys. For us, our guests were a #1 priority. If people were flying out, we wanted to make sure that there was easy access to restaurants and places, as well as a place for them to feel comfortable and stay and sleep. The venue is probably one of the more expensive things that you're gonna be splurging on for your wedding. It's really important that you do this right in the beginning so that you have an understanding and an idea what you have to spend on the other items that kind of come up after that. So those are my tips when you are looking for your venue. All right, so the next helpful tip is going to be organize yourself and start budgeting. So what this is basically Ozzy and I went and we looked for a website that could kind of help guide us. And in that website, it came with a portal. And this portal is so awesome because it allowed us to really just kind of look at all of the things that we needed to have on our big day, from catering to our vendors to flowers, the wedding dress, the wedding rings, pretty much everything. And it shows us a little tiny pie graph. And in that pie graph, it kind of shows you guys how much you are spending in certain areas. So that really gave us an idea of where we could cut costs, where we can just up the price a little bit. And it really gave us like that solid vision on how we could budget our money, what our money was going towards, and it really just helped make it super organized and easy. It's also really cool because it has other things like seating charts for you guys to make on there, and it's just overall an incredible website that I highly recommend that you guys look into and have all of that information in your portal. What's really cool too is that when people begin to RSVP, once you use it as a site, you also get direct emails and you have all the information just on this site for you guys to track and just keep throughout the whole wedding process, because it gets confusing. It's a lot of information to absorb, and it's really important that you stay organized. Step number 3 is really easy, but it's really important. So you want to set a date. So once you have that venue in mind, you can go ahead and work with the vendors and you can figure out more or less what date you're looking for. It's really important to do your research and to know when is the best time to get married at this venue. So we're getting married in Mexico, so there's definitely a couple things that we wanted to keep into consideration, and one of those being that typically their summers out there are super rainy and the weather is just not as beautiful as it is over here. So as much as I wanted like a beautiful summer wedding, it just wasn't gonna work. So our options were really like October, December, November, and those are the months that we looked at. We went ahead and corresponded with the hacienda, our venue. They let us know that they were available, and that is when we booked it. Make sure you do your research, especially if you are doing a destination wedding. All right, so we are down to the last tip I want to give you guys. And I know there's so many things and you guys are like, wait, there's so much more to planning a wedding. I am going to go in detail. This is going to be a series on my channel. So the last one that I want to share with you guys is to schedule a save the date photo shoot. We're doing a destination wedding. We wanted to give people the heads up. I wanted to make sure that everyone just knew we're getting married a year from now. If you need to start financially budgeting yourself so that you can fly out there, you can pay for your accommodations, all of those things, I wanted people to be mentally prepared. And the reason I would really recommend this is I think it's really awesome to have those engagement photos, to just kind of experience that. The wedding process is really long, it's really stressful, and I loved having that moment with Ozzy. We were just so happy that we got engaged. We got to really just share our love and capture in photos. Even though I know I get that on my wedding day as well, I feel like the wedding day is so stressful and there's so much going on that it's never guaranteed that you're gonna get those beautiful images of you just stress-free planning your wedding. So I highly recommend a save the date photo shoot. We wanted to get married in Mexico, so we already knew that we wanted our save the dates to also have that same vibe. In my own opinion, I feel like this save the date photo shoot kind of set the tone for our wedding. So I wanted it to kind of be very similar themed. So we actually flew to Guanajuato and we had an amazing photo shoot, you guys. It was so incredible. We took about 3 different outfits and we did 3 sets of photos. We use these photos for everything. So Ozzy and I actually use these on our website so that when our guests went ahead and checked out our website, they also saw our save the date photo shoots. It got them excited because you saw all of the things around us that just kind of incorporated that Mexican culture, and it was really exciting. So we got our save the date photos. It was amazing, and I honestly recommend that if you guys have it in your budget, that you really do it, because I honestly think that it was a special touch that I will always have and cherish. Minted did an incredible job creating our invites and save the dates. So on average, if you're gonna do about 100 of your save the dates, you're looking anywhere from $200 to $400. And there's a lot of times they have promotions going on. We did it at a time where there was like a 20% off coupon code. So you always wanna look out for those and make sure that you get them, because it honestly does help a lot. So with that being said, guys, those are 5 tips that I wanted to share with you guys. I am still in a long process of getting everything organized. And the whole goal about this whole series that I'm doing is to kind of take you guys along on the journey. There's gonna be makeup tutorials. I'm gonna be getting Botox and lasers. I'm gonna be talking about hair regrowth. I'm gonna be talking about bridesmaids dresses and wedding haul and all kinds of different things. And I'm really excited for you guys to go on this journey with me. I feel like it's gonna be super informative. And the whole goal is to walk you guys all the way up to the big day where I get to share that with my Bear family. So make sure you guys subscribe down below, turn on your post notifications, and thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Let me know what video you guys want to see next down below. Bye guys.